Greetings and salutations. Welcome to the Anime Lady Podcast, your ultimate hub for all things anime and beyond. Whether you're joining us for the first time or you're a return listener, we're thrilled to have you on board for another exciting dive into the world of animation and pop culture conversation. This is episode 180 of the Anime Lady Podcast. On this week's episode is to adapt a source material. Could be a book, comic, or manga. Your goal is to improve the source material. It's okay to change it up, add a twist, but don't change the character's identity. Stay tuned for the convo because it will be last for the Lilo & Stitch live adaptations and more. So now share this episode, bring your friends, share this to your abuela, and your cousins, your primos, your aunties, your godsisters, your anybody around you, your friendly door neighbor. But let's make this episode unforgettable. All powered by AniMa W3 Studio. Catch the new episode every week on YouTube and your audio feed wherever you listen to. And time codes will always be on the show. So without sneeze, I was trying to do without the sneeze.
That was actually smooth though. So.
I tried. But without further ado, let's get to the tea. We're gonna wing it. I am your host, legenddvash, and how we all doing is your boy for love and peace. Ohana means family. Don't change the mission, adapt the story, and don't take it away. Without further ado, because I'm your host, and who else is with me? Crash, can you talk to us?
Yeah, hey, it's your boy Crash, aka the Hispanic Assassin. I'm sorry for my, bootlegged ass, stats at the moment. But I couldn't miss this podcast. I had a lot to talk about. If I had an intro, I would say get ready for the most hottest takes of this season. Because best believe we have a lot to talk about this episode, guys. I can't wait for you to hear how stupid, annoying, and yet so correct my votes are.
That was going to be very interesting hot takes. But as he said, that we are talking on the title, we have two conversations. It's the Crunchyroll Awards as our main news topic. And we couldn't have Memory and Kate without talking on the show because, he watches a good 80-something episodes per season. He probably has watches all of these shows on Crunchyroll Awards. So I know most of all, he might be pissed off why didn't his favorite, his popular, did not get voted or did not win. Tell me about it. Demon Slayer, the training arc, won for best animation or best arc or best continuing series. You were excited for that, weren't you?
No. When Vash, which by the way, hello everyone, Memory here. It's been a bit since I've been on the Anime Lately podcast. I think I don't even remember the last episode I was on, but glad to be here. Once Vash said or asked me about coming on to talk about the Crunchyroll Awards, I was like, count me in. Yes, I want to go in on this shit because I feel like every year it's the same song and dance, honestly, when it comes to it. So I cannot wait to talk about that. I'm also coming fresh off vacation, which was much needed. Just a little reset, recharge, checking out some things that I love, some of my passions and whatnot. I was in Texas. I had barbecue for the first time, actually, like Texas barbecue.
Oh, shut up.
Yeah.
You just scared the shit out of me when you heard that. I'm like, damn, you're an American and have not had a barbecue?
That's what they say, though, that they don't do it the same as down in Texas or whatever. So I had to try that before I left, and it was mind blowing to say the least. So that was something as well. So, but yeah, I'm glad to be here with the gang, with the boys, and talk about Crunchyroll. I know they're going to talk about Lilo & Stitch. I probably will be dipping out after the Crunchyroll stuff because I'm literally, all my friends make fun of me for it, but I'm literally just anime pretty much at this point.
Yeah, he don't watch movies. He don't watch Marvel. He'd be like, "What's Star Wars?"
Yeah, it's insane. I know nowadays, but
you don't know what Star Wars? Oh, bro, we can't be friends anymore. What the fuck?
But
no, most I've consumed Star Wars is through Fortnite, bro. At this point,
damn, that's crazy.
Just don't watch current Star Wars. Don't watch current Star Wars.
Noted.
But there are 6 movies you can watch.
But Whawkins, as always, it's nice to have my co-host here. How you doing?
Oh, Disney, you have tampered with the forces that you do not understand. Oh no, you took a movie that had heart. A movie that screamed family through blood, tears, and intergalactic carnage. Oh, yeah. And you turned it into a sanitized, algorithm-approved, soulless, flaming hot space dumpster fire of mediocrity. Oh, yeah. I'm talking about Stitch the Beast, the little blue bringer of doom. He was chaos incarnate, the hurricane in a dog collar. And now he looks like a sad little chia pet dipped in render farm slime. Well, where's the snarl? Where's the wrath? He's not like an alien weapon. He's a glorified Funko Pop with the budget. Oh, yeah. Ah, you think you're making nostalgia, but what you're making is a blasphemous, dimension-tearing, emotionally bankrupt facade of reality itself. Oh, I went to the edge of time, brother. I saw the original movie etched into the cosmic tablets of truth. And now I see the live-action remake spreading like a virus, infecting timelines, corrupting childhoods, draining the magic straight out of our memories. And I won't stand for it. Oh, no. I'm calling down the powers of the wrestling gods. Oh, yeah. As they keep continuing to destroy me, I'm suplexing this remake into the Phantom Zone. I'm dropping the... I can't do it. I can't do the Macho Man voice anymore.
He tried. I
was giving props. I was giving props.
Oh.
That voice always reminds me, of course, as Macho Man, of course, but it also reminds me from Spider-Man on the first one with Tobey Maguire, with the guy that's
Macho Man in it.
Yeah, like that version of Macho Man, his impersonation and everything. It always reminds me of him doing that too, so it just works so well.
It's amazing how he can cut a promo in that kind of style with that, like, that kind of intensity. Oh, yeah, Hogan, I'm coming after you.
I'm about to say.
I'm going to drink some water while Vash continues on with us.
Yes. Other than that, I know that before we jump in straight to our news, I know our guest right here, Memory, said that he was in a convention this past week. I want you to tell us about it because you said that it was a good refresher. You had, the Texas barbecue, which I still want to know more about because, very funny enough that you also ate your very first time the Korean barbecue when it was with me, Cypher, and I believe Sam was at the time as well. So we had our own version of a different kind of a different culture, but now you had the Texas. How did that go?
So yeah, over the weekend, I was at this. It's a convention called DreamHack, and it was in Dallas. Yeah, it was in Dallas this past weekend, which they've had it at a bunch of different. Like they'll have it overseas, like out of the country. They've had it in like Anaheim before. They've had it in a bunch of different places, but this time it was in Dallas. And I was really interested in it because like I love Halo, and Halo was gonna be there. So I wanted to check it out. And they ended up having a bunch of other games there. They had Halo there, they had Call of Duty, they had Counter-Strike, they had, I think Valorant was there, they had like a GeoGuessr competition, they had some game, it was a mobile game, it was called it wasn't Crash Royale. It was something along the lines of that. It had a similar name to something like that.
Did someone say Crash?
It was something similar to that, though. But yeah, it was pretty much just like, think of like Anime NYC. It wasn't quite as big as like Anime Expo in terms of like the booths and all that, but they did have a lot of booths, a lot of things set up to where like you could play like classic, like retro games and all that. Like they had, it was like arcade style. They had like booths even with like anime stuff there and a lot of like shirts and replica weapons and stuff like that. So it did have some of that, like if you like anime conventions and stuff like that, it had that appeal to it as well. But it was more focused on like the gaming aspect of it. Like, because you could bring your own setup, you could bring your monitors, you could bring your PC, you could bring your console, and they had stations.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, you could just, you could pretty much, like, if you wanted to, you could bring all your own stuff, and you could, like, LAN it up with your friends, like, at the event. So it was actually, like, really awesome, because, like, me personally, I went and checked out Counter-Strike. I don't know anything about Counter-Strike, but the crowd, it was like I was at a concert. Like, it was actually insane.
Oh, wow.
So just like experiencing a lot of different games and a lot of different like, you know, just meeting a lot of different people. It was actually like so awesome. Like I that's the thing I like about anime conventions too, like because it kind of has that same appeal. Like you're gonna meet a lot of people, talk to a lot of people. Meet up. I did meet up with some friends there. So like it was awesome to see them again because it had been a while since I'd saw them. But yeah, really it was just a culmination of just people passionate about games, even anime. So it was just like the perfect place I feel like for me to be. So yeah, I had a blast with it. The worst thing honestly about my trip was the heat. Like it was like in the mid 90s, like every day.
Nope.
And I was
Dry
not
heat,
even
by the
outside.
way, dry heat or like humidity type of
Dry
heat.
heat. It
That
was
ain't that
like-
bad though, because
It wasn't as bad. Yeah,
I prefer dry heat over humidity because like the humidity will kill you. Like I go through this in New York and I hate it. And I hate it.
Like Florida, if it was like Florida, like mid 90s and humid,
nah. You will find
That's
me
brutal.
anywhere with AC. Like that's how you will find me survive. I feel bad for my wife that during the summer, the way we hang out is that if we go to a beach, is me under the umbrella or shade. Like that's what you will have me. Like, hey, if you want to do a walk, we better be moved because I'm still. We better be in the water. If not, you don't have a husband. He's literally he has to regenerate. He has to be saved by the shield of the shade.
Yeah, that was probably the worst thing about it, honestly, because like, especially like it was funny because when I left here, which I'm in Ohio, like it was in the 40s, right? I'm getting on the plane or I'm on my way to the airport. It's like in the 40s. I land in Texas. I get off the plane. I get out the door and that like you feel, you know how you like can feel kind of the weather, like when you get off the plane.
That's just slapping in your
It
face.
was just like it was 40 to like 90 or like 80. I'm just like, what the hell? Like I was in sweatpants and a hoodie.
Oh, you was unprepared for that shit. Yo, you gotta check.
Yeah.
I remember, look, this man got me pissed because this man, he told me his flight is on Thursday. He's like, oh yeah, I fly in the morning Thursday. And then he told me he's gonna take all day Wednesday to pack. And then I check him and hey bro, how's everything going? Because someone just get like, oh my flight's on Thursday at 5 p.m. I take a break from packing. I'm like, and I told him, why don't you just finish it just to get out of the way? Nah, I got time. I could do it tomorrow morning as well. And I'm like, yo, why is guys so fucking last minute? Because I'm like, in my head, I'm the same way. Like my wife, she just took over. Like now, we're 78 years together and everything. So now she's just the one just tells me like, hey, I need this from you. I'll do the pack. I'm like, okay, cool. You'll save me the trouble. But it's because like I'm the driver. I do other things. Like I have other responsibilities. But just knowing when they told me like, damn, he's gonna wait last minute. Like I'm glad I don't do that no more. Yeah, like I bet you waited until Thursday 1 p.m. Thursday.
No, I woke up the day of like noon, 1 o'clock, like you just said, and I finished packing. And
that's the thing. Like sometimes, like you might be using something that you need to pack, like I don't know, like charger, and you're like, oh, I can't pack a charger yet. I need to use that, and I'll just pack it in the morning. It's just like, well, at that point, maybe I want to actually bring this shirt or that shirt.
I have a question.
Cosplay, you want to make sure you get everything just set and ready. Like it's out and ready. It's just not packed.
So y'all don't got two chargers. One a home charger and one a travel charger. That if you got the house to just take a charger with you in case. Dang.
I have no idea what they're talking about. I have 7 chargers. I have a portable. I have a car charger. I don't know what you call them. Like we use the cigarette lighters. I have a separate charger in my crib.
Same. I have like 3-4 chargers backup because like I have a home charger that stays home in the same spot by my bed, and then I have one in my backpack that I will travel with if it's to work or if it's just to go on an errand. I travel that and my portable in case. Those are my 2 things always in my to-go backpack. That's insane.
See, I also like to take an extension cord with me.
Extension cord, smart.
That's smart. At a hotel, because I'm like, all right, I know I'm gonna want to just chill on the bed at one point.
And their plugs be long sometimes. Like, why are you so far away? Why are you not near the bed?
Exactly.
Why the fuck are you so far away?
So like I've got this one extension cord. It's got like 3 plugs on it, but it also has like a plug for like USB and a USB-C and all that. So I'm like, all right, we're cooking with this, everybody.
That's a smart one.
Dude, the hotel I was at, speaking of, like that would have been nice to have because the one outlet in my hotel room, like the bed was like covering half of the outlet, and it was like the bed was like nailed to the wall. I'm just like, what? Like you couldn't like pull it out or move it.
Oh, that's the worst.
Have it. I don't understand these hotels with their crap.
Their designs be horrible. I believe Roger, by the way, big shout out because we are recording this on Wednesday. It is Memorial Day week, so scheduling fuck everything up. So that's why we posted the video out much later than Thursday. But I was on Roger's stream and everything, and Roger's hotel that he always gets. Yote, I'm not sponsored, not shutting them out in any way. It's just that hotel that he always gets is fucking amazing. It's literally smack on 42nd and always like smack on 11th Avenue, but such a good spot and also it's a good price from what I saw. And it's so simple. Their rooms are great. I've gone to fucking like the one that's always known, I believe Hilton and everything, and their room setups are just questionable. Like, yo, why do you have your plug 3 feet away from your bed? Like, I technically need a 6 feet plug just to plug my phone and use it.
Again, just extension cords and invest in like one of those like 10-foot cables as well for like chargers and all, like literally. Okay, I don't know if y'all can see. Okay, this is the what I'm
extension
talking
cord
about here. Okay, yeah, the extension cord. You see, like it's got like USB-C and all that. Got my 3 plugs and all that, but like on top of that, long ass cable, damn, for that, and then another long ass cable.
No, that's funny.
See what it's funny? He just keep putting just keep going.
You always got to be paired, kids.
Nah, but it's glad to hear that you had a good time memory on the trip and like knowing the experience of it, because it felt like the way you was going for it felt like a small town type of convention with the way that you, like you said, like, hey, you could bring your own, desktop, you could bring on your own computer, we could just have a whole LAN party. Like, that's fucking amazing. Like, you usually hear that like a small town type of little con or little type of party or a little, game night type of little lounge or your group of friends, but knowing that it's a good con, they have money invested, like they actually have a good con experience, so that's good to hear.
Yeah, I think they it was after the fact they came out and they said that it broke the record, if I think, for the most attendance they've had, and it was like 60,000 people.
Oh wow, that's actually good.
It was pretty big.
I believe that's what was WrestleMania seats of a 60K of their own arena or the stadium. It was.
Yeah, it was a lot.
Yeah, night one it was. I believe it was 60 because like they add both nights and makes it 120. I'm like,
oh, it's 120.
I'm like that doesn't really make it that way, but that's a whole different conversation.
Yeah, and the convention center was huge. It was like 1 million. I think it was 1 million square feet or something like that. Like,
wow, gigantic.
What convention center was it?
It was I think it was called the K. Bailey Hutchinson Convention Center or something like that. Yeah, but it wasn't like there was a lot of people, but it wasn't like Anime Expo where you're like sardines like walking like through the freaking aisles and stuff like that.
I'm not trying to sound bougie, but once you experience press badges or once you have like crew badges when it comes to cons, you just never want to go back as a regular fan experience. Like it just changes. It just changes like your way, cutting lines, having the VIP lounge where there's water or like seltzer. Like it just be bougie as hell. I remember going to crew once for I believe near Comic Con, and I was just hanging out with a few actors just right then. At the time, I was still a fan, so I haven't hung out with celebrities like I do for work. Where now it's like, oh, I just met like a whole actor like it was nothing. But back then, that version of Ash was like so fucking giddy. Like in my head, I'm like, oh my god, I'm sitting or standing next to this person. Oh my god, I can't want to talk to him and everything. But I'm like, it's just a regular person, just a regular day. We're moving along.
Which reminds me, get on those badges for Anime NYC. Thank you. Next.
Yes, that is a fact. That is a fact. I think they're still open for the press badges, but I gotta look into that. Yeah.
Tuesday, we got them, boys. Me and the wife and the boys are out.
That's great.
Let's see this August. It's 2025.
I'm getting next.
See you there.
I'm getting my next month in June, so it's gonna be pretty exciting. I spoke to Roger about some stuff actually today. Great stream for his community and everything. It was great to see a good, healthy community, and that always inspired me to like. That's what I want to do with our Discord, like the watch parties. Have like people in our Discord. In our To Be Hero thread, it's hilarious that there's a fan hours K from our from our Off the Bin show, and I love how they know one of our members as the Assassin Gunner, and it's hilarious. Like, yeah, the Gunner. I'm like, and it's just hilarious how they know him as that, and it's just like, it's just so wholesome. Where it's like, that's your moniker, and the community is already getting to know you that, and it's beautiful.
Yeah,
Crazy. I didn't even deem that name myself.
Nope.
You didn't call me that. But hey,
Look, that's the best way. When a moniker is given to you, that's the best way.
Exactly.
But
when we're gonna get international people to speak in Spanish? Because I say Hispanic, but I haven't been talking Spanish lately. So when we're gonna get that, guys?
look. Is you, me, and Gremlin and Neko that we could do literally a Spanish video, and we could get other audience members to literally tune in. Like, that's literally content that we could do and have a Spanish type of podcast or Spanish video, because it would be chaos. That's 100%. It'll be 4 children that knows how to speak Spanish as adults that are probably butchering the words, and the Spanish community will come at us, and that would be hilarious.
Dale. Si usted quiere nosotros para hablar en español para el próximo, mande un comento ahí en el video y nosotros vamos a hacer un video en español, ya tú sabes.
Ya tú sabes, 100%. ¿De qué está diciendo él? Es cierto. Vamos a hablar el Spanish commentary.
That was a little preview.
I love my memory walking like, sí. What they said.
Sí, sí.
Estoy aquí.
But
La España.
like he said, we are here for it. We had our little short 20-minute Weebs Lounge. We're going to get straight into our Otaku news, Big Buzz Central. And that's going to be about what's the current news. And we're going to rapid fire a few of them. That is, 1, the gaming news. Is going to be a quick little side comment, since a year from now, and 4 days, the game of GTA 6 would have been out already. I want to ask my GTA fans, aka Memory, Crash, and whawkins, any expectation of what you guys are waiting for, anything like that, because we are less than a year away from now from the actual game being released, if it actually does come out. But hypothetically, any quick thoughts before we move on to the next thing? Quick comment?
Judging by that trailer, just keep cooking. It's fine. You guys need another year? Fine. After that trailer you guys dropped, yes. All of the yes, if anything. And I will continue to cope by replaying Grand Theft Auto 5.
For the 5th time.
It's funny you say that, because in the years that I've played Grand Theft Auto 5, which is going on, 12 years-ish? Give or take. I don't know. I know I was in college at the time, so there's that old chestnut. I played it on the 360, the PS4, and now the PS5, so that should be something. Yeah. Just keep cooking, guys.
Yeah, honestly, just like Whawkins said, let them take all the time they need. Honestly, like I wouldn't even be surprised if there's another delay. Like, we get closer to I wouldn't even be surprised. But especially with the trailer that's came out, a lot of the screenshots. Just let them do their thing. Honestly,
it's great quality.
They're taking the time that they need to make this game, because it's no doubt, undoubtedly, the most anticipated game release in who knows how long, right? So they want to make sure they get it right, and I appreciate that, respect that. They're not trying to rush the game out or get it out when they know that it's not where it needs to be. So take all the time that they need to, and everybody, no matter when it comes out or how many delays there are, people will be there day one, no matter what the hell happens. So I'm excited for it. Of course, that goes without saying. But yeah, I'm looking forward to the next GTA. I need some more news on the freaking next Elder Scrolls game too, by the way.
You do get the multiplayer one next month, and also Jump Fest. Game Fest is coming out next week, so they may also have something for you.
Yeah, I doubt it.
They might be like, here's a crumb for you.
Yeah, we'll get another Oblivion version, but we got the Oblivion remastered. There's gonna be something after Oblivion remastered.
Oh, don't worry. There's gonna be a remaster for the Switch too. So
Oblivion enhanced or some shit.
Yeah, Oblivion Skyrim.
Yeah, Jesus.
How about you, Crush? Any thoughts about GTA?
Look, boys, I don't want to really toot your own horns. I don't really want to, pull up your pants. But the Hispanic Assassin has some exclusive news, very, very exclusive to this podcast. I may or may not have a source that is telling me in November of 2025 that I personally may be able to see a crumb, and I say 5 minutes gameplay of GTA 6, the first 5 minutes of the game. Stay tuned in November for potentially a birthday present of mine, where I'll be able to let you guys know if the gameplay is ass or if we're paying $80 for it. Stay tuned.
Exactly, but
actually, I was gonna say, like, how much do y'all think the game is gonna be? Because I know people are saying 90. People are saying $90, $100.
People say $100.
I would not be surprised at 100, and they'll probably be like, "Oh, and you also get exclusive access to online for like a month, and then you have to pay another extra $30 in order to play online." Because
has it been confirmed there's online in 6, or no? It's still in the air if it's there or not.
They haven't said anything yet. I haven't really dabbled much with the online. I think I logged on once and somebody like murked me quickly, and I'm like, "Oh, cool. I was just trying to get a car and you ran me over." All right, neat. Yeah, so I'm the wrong person to ask that. I'm all story, baby.
Me too.
But
that, especially, yeah.
I took on transition as well. Say that what else is being closed down is Cliffhanger. The studio under EA that was also making the game of Black Panther has been closed. The game is not happening. So we went from having 4 possible games from Marvel characters. Now we have only the Wolverine one, the one of Captain America 1984, and I believe one more still in production. There was 4. The third
Wolverine?
One. Yeah, that's
1945. What you mean?
Yeah, it's Wolverine, Captain America, and there's a third one because there was 4 projects. The Black Panther, can't remember the 4th one. But yeah, Black Panther game is canceled. Does anybody have any comments or care for it? The sad news of a Black Panther game that had great potential. They could have done great, awesome things, but sadly, nothing.
Chadwick Boseman, how you do my boy like that, man? Come on, man, rest in peace. He deserves only greatness. I don't give a fuck about the game, though.
I'm surprised, honestly. Or I should say I am surprised, but I'm not, because you said EA and Black Panther and the same thing. So, like, it's more so for the EA part.
Yeah.
I feel like EA notoriously, like, they don't really have the best rep.
They don't have the best track record.
1942 was golden.
Yeah, so they don't have the best track record for that. But talking about also Black Panther related news / Marvel that anybody care for, because I know our boy Memory has probably no wonder of what is Marvel news about the animated series. We have screenshots for the Eyes of Wakanda coming out very soon. So anybody like the screenshots of what's been happening for the animated series, and it looks really good. It's gonna be an anthology also, confirmation, and I believe it's about 4 or 5 episodes from last thing I saw.
Is it like an anthology of like the different kings or something?
That's
like
what
Panthers?
That's my assumption, that we're gonna see a 4-part anime anthology series that follows the warriors throughout the Wakandans' history, tasked to travel the world retrieving dangerous vibranium artifacts. And I feel like this would be a really cool concept to show like maybe other obscure heroes in the Marvel universe that are old, that probably showing probably showing Loki or Thor, showing up back then of what they have shown before in the scenes on the comics, ways to kind of have them be shown in the background. That'd be a pretty cool concept, but I feel like that'd be pretty cool. Memory, since you like anime, you might like animated shows like Arcane and others. Maybe this might be up your alley. You care about seeing something like this concept, the Eyes of Wakanda?
Not really interested, honestly, but I haven't looked into it, so I don't know. Like I like something like Arcane, I liked a lot, so I don't know. It's just something I have to look more into, but just based off of I can't really say I'm interested, honestly.
Okay. Crash, how about you? I know you're a big Marvel fan and everything. Are you excited? Because we have the What If universe. We have the zombies. They have cool projects from the Marvel aspect. But the Eyes of Wakanda, does that go up your tea?
I don't give a fuck about it. It has Iron Fist, and after what happened with the IRL Iron Fist. I was very disappointed. So I will watch it, but I'm not going in with high expectations. I feel like Marvel is milking the fuck out of Black Panther recently, and to be very honest, the only kind of Black Panther I'm excited for would be the Black Panther 3, because we potentially may have Denzel Washington in that. So that being said, the only other, I mean, I don't know if I'm getting ahead of myself. You guys can stop me whenever you can. But the only Marvel news that I'm really excited about is the potential Defenders coming back for Daredevil.
Of the Daredevil season 2, yeah. That's a rumor because right now they're filming with Jessica Jones here in New York. I have one of my friends on that project right now. He has told me a few things about it, but that one I cannot say because he is an NDA, and then him telling me he's technically not. But hey, cannot reveal who is and what's not be said true. But talking about something else related to Marvel, related to DC, is James Gunn does tease a Peacemaker season 2 will include a bunch of other characters from other parts of DC and from Superman. There might be even one really, really big cameo near the end of the show. I think this show would really be up your alley, memory. Peacemaker, has John Cena. He doesn't have Logan Paul on the show. He doesn't have Logan Paul on the show, sadly.
Shit.
But John Cena, it's a really good show with Peacemaker. The concept is good. Action is, I wouldn't say brutally, like crazy, like blood and everything, but has good action, good comedy. The humor is very dark, but it's really good. I think it would be up your alley to watch. Whawkins, have you watched it as well? Or I don't think so, right?
This is one that I kind of need to bump up the list since season 2 is coming out this year.
I believe in August.
Oh, so I should probably get on that like now. Is what you're saying.
Yeah, it's a good 8-episode. Great intro, very funny. The fucking pigeon, the helmets that Peacemaker John Cena does is interesting. It's a good concept. I do highly recommend it. Like, for anybody that's a fan of John Cena or a fan of the DC Comics or just wants to see something raunchy and something brutal, I recommend Peacemaker. It's right up your alley. It's a good 45 minutes to an hour show, and there's only, I believe, 8 episodes.
Ooh, yeah.
Crash, you've seen it, right?
No, I haven't seen Peacemaker. Again, I don't like DC. I don't think it is a bad show by any means, but I'm not gonna give it a chance, honestly. I hope season 2 is as great as everyone's saying. I did skim through the trailer personally, but again, I'm just not.
Well,
I don't care for it.
That's gonna change because I'm gonna have to convince you to watch it sometime down the line, the next couple months. So that's gonna change. But related to another Marvel film, Ryan Reynolds shares that he pitches an R-rated Star Wars project. It doesn't have to be an overt 8+ characters, but it's a wide range of characters that you could use. And I don't mean R-rated to be vulgar, but R-rated as a Trojan horse for emotion. I know that Memory doesn't care much about Star Wars because he thinks it's trash, but Whawkins, are you excited for maybe a Star Wars R-rated type of style project by Ryan Reynolds? Does that pique your interest?
Look, just because the man doesn't consume the thing.
Yeah, I didn't say I hated it.
Maybe I'm just twisting some words.
Or maybe I hate it because I haven't watched it.
You know what? Yes, to an R-rated Star Wars project, because that's the only way movies. Well, I don't want to say the only way, but it's really the best way for like a movie in a universe like Star Wars and what goes on in that universe. It wouldn't be a bad idea to kind of show the quote-unquote horrors of like the Empire, like when they were rising to power, like what happened with some of those planets that they did take over. Maybe something with like refugees or something like,
and destroy it with a ray cannon as well.
Yeah, exactly. So like, because like you could get projects like Andor. I know I haven't watched Andor yet, so sorry everybody who are Andor fans. It's so crash.
Episode 2 hits.
You're not the only person to say that. But yeah, it could make stories like that and like Rogue One be a little darker and like kind of be more like a war story maybe on that aspect, because I at least appreciate that he's like, like not R-rated to be vulgar. Like we're not trying to just drop F-bombs all over Star Wars. Nah, we just want to tell like a dark story kind of, but a real story.
How about you, Crash? Would you be interested to see a Ryan Reynolds project in a pitch R-rated style film?
Fuck no. As a diehard Star Wars fan that has, watched it since I was born to right now, I'm telling you right now, Ryan Reynolds, I applaud you for what you're doing. I see the vision. I like where you're going. I don't think you're the man for the job. You have never once showed me at all that you fucking go above and beyond for Star Wars. I have never seen you, what do you call it, meat ride Star Wars to the point where I'm like, yeah, I'm with fucking Ryan Reynolds. Yeah, for sure. He is definitely the nerd that I go to all the time about any Star Wars information. Fuck no. By no means is he going to cook with this. Can he make this happen, this project? For sure, 100%. Is it going to slap? Fuck no. I think it's going to be straight trash. Because, again, Disney, time and time again, fucks us over and gives us shit that we don't want. All I ask for, all I've been begging the Lord for, please, man, Grove, you're out there. Give me some fucking lore from the old Republic. That's all I fucking want. And I haven't gotten shit since fucking, Force Unleashed or even like the old Republic games. So I'm not holding my breath with this project. I don't even care that it's rated R. What? You get like, a nudity scene, maybe some gore. That's not what Star Wars is about. I want a fantasy where we go to a new planet, new civilizations, new aliens, new technologies, new characters where I actually give a fuck about. Not some rated R. Midichlorians is coming back. Oh, I don't give a fuck. Give me no Republic, damn it. Yeah, Ryan Reynolds, you're not cooking. I'm sorry, bro. Fucking go back to Deadpool.
Understood.
Well, damn. Right.
I'm in the middle ground between Whawkins and Crash. I am interested to see the concept if it does happen. I would like to see an animated or maybe a more type of details about the concept because it would be pretty interesting to see more of the dark side of, seeing 20 kids just get killed just because they are part of a religion cult and they should get murdered because of fucking Anakin just wants to murder these kids. So, things happen.
I'm not saying to show the kids get unalived here.
It's possible. Yeah. It's possible when maybe that is a Trojan horse. Maybe that's a thing that needs to be shown. 20 little murderous kids be happen in one go.
Unless it's a recreation of that Robot Chicken sketch where Anakin Skywalker goes into his happy place to unalive those younglings, and it gets into this fantasy of him being like in this field of sunflowers, and like these sunflowers are like running around.
What it remind me of what Quicksilver in the film when he did the running around the X-Men, like he put the headphones and like that was him in his happy place, like just going around and just smack this dude off the street, punch him in the balls, and like just in his happy place.
I was thinking the exact same. I know what Watt's talking about, but I was also thinking about Team Fortress 2 and like Meet the Pyro, the trailer when you sing like, oh yeah, he's like blowing bubbles, spraying for it, but in the background, everyone's in flame, everyone's dying. It's like, stop! Like it's the exact same thing. Like you had to have been there to know what we're talking about. If you don't know, go look it up on YouTube. It's probably there somewhere to watch.
Yeah.
All right. Quick thing. You mentioned the Deadpool. I didn't put it in the news, but it's a quick thing that Batman and Deadpool is having a comic made, one by Marvel, one made by DC. That's happening, I believe, sometime later this year. I forgot to check the date, but I just want to bring that up. It was a quick thing announced by Marvel and DC. It's pretty cool concept. I like it. I like that they're both doing their own version. So they have one writer do like their own version from Marvel, one writer does their own version from DC. So each of them, the fans, can have their own type of happy ending in a way.
Happy ending?
Trying to make everyone happy.
Yeah,
there's actually some news that I wanted to mention. I don't know if there's any Death Stranding fans in here. I personally haven't played it, but Kojima came out and said that Death Stranding is getting an anime apparently. So
yeah,
that's crazy.
Yeah,
that's crazy. All right.
Which I'm kind of shaky on video game adaptations for anime, but because sometimes they work
out,
it. Sometimes they don't.
I feel like it does well. The Persona 5 anime wasn't horrible. It was good. Mm-hmm. It was it was a good concept. They tried their best in a game adaptation to anime, and it was a good 24 episodes.
Yeah, like the Cyberpunk one, like Edge Runners was really good, even though it didn't follow the story like 1-to-1. I feel like when anime try to adapt the video game stuff 1-to-1 is when sometimes gets a little.
I can't wait for us to do a Cyberpunk Edge Runners review, because just saying, your boy Vash still haven't fully watched it since it released.
It's gonna be
Ah,
guys, bro.
so good.
It's gonna be guys.
I haven't, because I believe I was supposed to watch it with Cypher in the watch party back then and everything, but I just never got around to it. And then life and scheduling happened, and then when I tried to watch it, I just didn't have the time. And I tried to watch it in dub, and dub was not hitting. So then I tried to make time for sub, and then I just lost track of time, and then never got back into sub.
This guy
What's
here.
wrong with you?
Dub makes it easier. Dub makes it easier to do things, so I could cook, I could do chores, I could get stuff done.
This is why I hate Brad to the process sometimes. He needs to watch that shit sitting down with his wife a whole hour into that shit, bro.
Wait.
Listen, you want to see naked? Do you want to see David get trapped? Do you want to see the team fucking get cooked in the worst way possible, but cry about it? You have to watch it face to face, straight up. You can't cook. Literally, you can't cook when you're watching when it's playing. You can't be doing it. Your focus has to be on this anime, because when I tell you, that was one of the best animes I have ever watched in a very recent long time. I cried my ass off. I wanted more of this, and then Phantom fucking, what was it? Phantom Pain? Not Phantom Pain. The DLC for Cyberpunk came out. I'm like, you know what? I already have on too, but fuck it, I'll buy it on PS5. Why not? And I'll play the shit out of it. Take some part review on the website whenever it comes out, guys. You'll like it. It was awesome. And then I have to watch it again, and I never fucking rewatch anime ever in my life. You know that shit's good when you watch it twice in a row. And you know what? I might watch it for a third time.
Oh my god.
What I love about this? Wait. Are you and me about to tell the same thing?
I hope so. Something very similar while he's breaking up here. I love how, since he's on his phone, it sounds like he's so far away. It's almost like he's on like another building yelling at you. Like almost like that one, what's that meme video? It's just like, hey, what's the name? Tony! Hey, Tony!
Fuck you! That's what I feel like it, because like you could tell on the camera he's so passionate, but he's also trying to focus driving, but also being responsible, but he's also being passionate on the camera. Like, you should watch this, you motherfucker! Why have you? She shouldn't be talking, no cooking. And like I just see in his face, I'm like, preach it, brother. Yes, no promises, but preach it. I love it.
Oh my god!
Chat, I just want you to know, if Vash is going to finish Edge Runners by the end of the year, I promise you,
man,
I will make him do something very embarrassing by next year.
Chad, good luck on that. You are asking too much promises. I got jobless. I got ReZero. I already got grabbing on my ass on that almost for 6-8 months from now. I can't have it reach a year in September, because from then I'm not gonna hear it until the end of the year. So trust me, I got a lot on my plate. Not sure about Edge Runners, but we will do the best we can. But talking about time, we are here for the Crunchyroll Awards, because we're here to talk about and debate shit. So let's talk about it. One thing I'm gonna ask, icebreaker. I'm gonna ask first to Memory NK. How do you overall feel about the Crunchyroll Awards as a content creator and as a fan? Do you feel that is it actually, like, for me, sometimes the Crunchyroll Awards is just more of a popularity contest, because it could mean something more of an establishment, but the way they categorize, the way they give it to their submissions, or the way they tell the fans to just vote, it doesn't feel very validating. But for you, Memory, how do you feel about the awards overall?
Not this year, just overall. How do I feel? Yeah. I mean, overall, I feel like lately, like the past couple years, it's got a lot more like grand. I feel like it kind of lost, I feel like, its purpose in a way. I feel like with them going like to Japan, and they get like, which I'm cool with that, right? Like, go to Japan and, you know, do it there. Like, this is where a lot of the stuff comes from. I don't know where they had it this year, honestly, but I know last year they had it in Japan. But they get all like these big names, and it's just like
they also had it in Tokyo as well.
And this year, okay. Yeah, but they get all these big names. They get all like, it just feels very like corporate, you know? It feels like a lot like, to me at least, compared to like when it first started, I feel like it was more about like kind of like the passion and like the people who were judging, the people who were involved, like actually knew the content and actually like. But now I feel like even like the judges and a lot of the people that they bring to the award shows and just like the carpet that they have and just like I don't know the setup. Like I know anime is a big deal now and all that, but I just feel like for me it feels like it's got a lot more corporate now, and it just I feel like it's lost kind of that touch to me personally. And like Vash said, it kind of does feel like a popularity contest now, honestly. And that is shown obviously from like even the winners that we've had this year, the past couple years. I just feel like over time it just went downhill. Like I feel like there's times where I'm like, okay, they actually made improvements or they did something good here, but then like other times I feel like they'll take steps and then it's like more steps back. I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, I personally am just like there's other award shows for anime, just strictly in terms of anime that I prefer, honestly, when it comes to like award shows. But Crunchyroll, obviously the biggest streamer, the biggest, so everyone's going to talk about it. Makes sense. But overall, I've never been too crazy, just on the awards as a whole. The award for Crunchyroll, at least.
All right, so as you said, without further ado, let's get straight into it because me and Whawkins have spoken about the Anime Awards last year, so we had that conversation, and I'm not going to dive too much into it since we're going to also briefly, sprinkle our opinions throughout the, conversation. So within the 2025 winners, anybody, I got to ask right away because we have the first one, the actual winner for Anime of the Year. It beat Danadon. It beat Kaiju No. 8. It beat Delicious in Dungeon. It beat Furion. And it beat the Apothecary Diary Season 1. And it was the winner of only 13 episodes. And this was Solo Leveling done by A1 Pictures. Season 1. I want to repeat that to all. Not season 2, the one that was airing this year winter. It was the season 1 that was 2024 winter. It was when he had to become the Chad he is in season 2, where he had to fight Egress and become the Shadow Monarch. It was only the beautiful animation and the story and the hype.
Bias.
It is. I do have to agree about that.
Because everyone has Solo Leveling Season 2 in their minds. I get it.
Very recently, yep.
Season 2 was so much better than Season 1 in my opinion, Like if this was season 2, like okay, I can see it more. Personally, I still wouldn't have it as my Anime of the Year.
Nope.
But
as much as a fan I am,
Season 1 of Solo Leveling, like that's the thing. People are voting. Like yes, there are like us. People like us are voting, right? But most people are not thinking about season 1. They just see Solo Leveling. They're thinking about what they just watched recently from Solo Leveling, right? Like season 2, and most people are probably running to vote for it. When I saw this, like a part of me was like not even surprised because it's like, okay, this is broke records on Crunchyroll, like it's doing numbers, they're probably bringing so much revenue in from it, so it winning in that aspect does not surprise me, right? Like by far the most popular series on this list. There's a lot of popular series in here, don't get me wrong, but like personally I feel like Frieren and Apothecary Diaries, those two especially, I feel like deserved the Anime of the Year more. It's just like those ones in particular came out so much later, right? So like it was kind of against them in a way because people have not been thinking about those series. I mean, season 2 of Apothecary is out right now, but still, like Solo Leveling season 2 came and went. It was finished.
Hype moments. It broke records. People were saying that it was breaking the servers of Crunchyroll and everything. As a fan of 4 or 5 of these series that I still have not seen Delicious in Dungeon, so I cannot say anything towards that. Solo Leveling winning, I was very shocked because I thought it honestly was gonna go to Danadon or Furion. My choice was Apothecary Diaries, but because I love Apothecary Diaries season 1, I watch a wifey. And Danadon one, I wouldn't be mad because it was great. Solo Leveling, I could be biased. I love it, but I don't mean it deserves what Apothecary Diaries built. The stuff about like the Emperor stuff, the characters, the conspiracy theories, all those things included, down to the animation, the fight scenes, everything's so big and grand. But Fearing, I have no thoughts, but I have been told from Whawkins, I've been told by Crash, I've been told from memory. I had a whole conversation or argument. Women got Grimm of who's a better character, Mama or the girl from Fearing. So like I have been around it, but for Solo Leveling to be winning, I was like, okay, sure, I guess.
Yeah, because like when I look at it from a popularity standpoint, I saw more people talking about Dandadan season 1 compared to Solo Leveling
Same.
season 1.
Yeah,
And Fearing
Solo-
too.
especially
Yeah, like, and
Solo Leveling
that's
was
what
the underdog.
surprises me about
Said that would
this.
come up.
Yeah, like I just don't get it, and I kind of agree. Like, I mean, I haven't watched Apothecary Diaries yet, but from what I've heard, it is really good.
it's bad.
But I did watch Frieren, and that was like a big contender for me for Anime of the Year. But you know, my vote didn't count.
Yeah, I feel like Solo Leveling, like it obviously was getting like popular with season 1. Like it already was popular, but like season 1, but season 2 especially, I feel like it really like hit its stride, you know. So I feel like, yeah, if we were just talking about Solo Leveling season 1 and like the popularity around it, then like I feel like it's kind of around that same level. I feel like as Dandadan, and I know like Kaiju number 8 was even like super popular too. Like I personally.
Yeah,
Kaiju number 8 in terms of the nominees for it, like it's probably towards the bottom end in terms of my favorites. Like out of these, like I'd probably put Solo Leveling and Kaiju number 8 like towards the bottom if we're comparing to all these nominees, right? But like season 2, if we were talking about season 2 of Solo Leveling, which we're not, but that's what most people had in their minds.
Yeah, and knowing that, I believe for not anyone that has seen it or online, there's been conversation of how the voters vote because of submission and everything. It has been leaked or has been told on a podcast or I believe on a YouTube video, and it's very disappointing of how Crunchyroll just tells people like the bare type of minimum to vote or how to give submissions, and it's more of like a ranking. It's not even like it's ranking / popularity contest, and it's very disappointing because if you want anime or this type of media to be taken seriously, and as it is becoming more mainstream you got to respect it as what it could be. Like if you want to treat the Country Awards as the next type of big thing as what the Oscars is for the for the movies, or as what it is for TV, that's just lost the name of on the tip of my tongue. You want to treat it important, then treat the submissions from these voters or have a new person in charge of this, because they're not knowing what they're doing and they're putting any type of lack of effort, and it's very disappointing.
Yeah, I think like I also saw a video of like it was like a bunch of the judges, and I'm just like, these people don't like they probably watch anime like so casually, which there's nothing wrong with that, but like for an award show,
you should watch at least 100 at these animes to at least be aware.
Actually represents the best of the best stuff. Like if you want to be a legit award show, like Vash mentioned some of the other ones for TV and movies and things like that, like you need to have an actual like proper critical system, I feel like, set in place. And like going through those judges, I'm like, that's not gonna happen. These people, like, they can tell you they enjoyed it. I don't know how much else they could tell you outside of that, right? Like, what are they gonna be able to tell you potentially about the story, the characters, certain writing points, just on a deeper level? Like, it doesn't even really have to be all that crazy, but like, that's probably why what they were talking about in the video that Vash mentioned, where they're talking like how kind of bare bones it is now with how the process is. Like, that's probably why. I mean, look at the judges. The judges, like, they don't know a lick. They don't know a shit about anime. Sorry, like at the level that you should, I feel like, to be able to judge fairly or properly.
Like again, not trying to promote or say we're better, but for example, off the binge, I watch at least 20-25 animes per season since last year. Now I'm doing my work. We have as well Memory, who's fucking watching 40 to almost 50 per season. We have Men Got Grandma and Neko, who's watching 25 to 40 animes, and we have Crash, who's watching 10 to 20. So we each having our own type of amount of content that we're doing. So when it comes to end of the year, I will say our opinions give a squat, because we're giving 40 animes per season at least per co-host. So we at least could give you what's the good and what's the bad. So if you actually want to see some good content, our recommendation is not because we're giving the popularity. It's like, hey, tell us your taste and we could guide you on what we're giving your opinions of.
Yeah, mean, like, it depends like what their goal is, right? Because if they want to make it a popularity thing, if they want to make it to where it's not some critical, you know, award show, like how Vash mentioned, like with TV, movies, things of that nature, even like music, you could say, you could throw in there, because that's how that things like that are judged. I feel like a lot of the time, like I feel like it's pretty critically, you know. But like if that's what they want to do, they want to have the big names come on and judge these or show up at the awards and present the awards and things like that. Like maybe that's just what they want to do, right? They don't want it to be like how I'm talking about. And I'm not even sitting here acting like you gotta watch like every freaking anime. You don't have to be like me and watch every freaking anime that comes out in every season. Like you don't have to, but like you should have some experience at least, right? Like if you're watching like a couple like of the most popular ones every year, I just feel like that's not someone you would really want to if you're trying to have a critical, proper show, award show. Like I feel like you don't want someone like that as a judge, in my opinion. But
Agree.
yeah.
But let's move on to the next one. One of the other words. By the way, chat, I'm also announcing this now, before the end of the show, that we're gonna be moving our Lilo and Stitch topic conversation for next week episode for the coverage, because I will be watching it this weekend. So just to add more to the conversation and just to keep our Crunchyroll words, so we don't try to stretch our show or try to push it more. So next week coverage will be the Netflix Tadum and also the Lilo and Stitch by myself, Crash, and also Whawkins.
So you got one more week there, Lilo and Stitch. Oh yeah, one more week to
survive the banter.
Y'all not ready for this hot take of mine.
Oh yeah, it's just me. I'm excited because I'm gonna be watching it with my mom, and she's the one that showed me Lilo and Stitch and everything. So I can't wait to watch it, and I could give my opinion during this conversation, not just give opinion on live adaptations and everything. But let's check in our film of the year. This one I'm very happy about. It's called Look Back. It won for the winner, and I feel like it's well deserved out of the other 6 categories that, if anybody haven't checked, is I guess The Colors Within, The Momonoke the Movie, The Phantom in the Rain, Spy X Family, Code White, My Academia You're Next, and Haikyuu the Dumpster Battle. I love that Look Back one because it's an original story, a one shot of a manga. I believe it's 120 something pages, something like that, from
Chainsaw Man.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I was drawing blank while I was getting to my process, and I thank you for helping me out there. But yes, by him. So I was very proud of him. This one is well deserved. I believe I only read half the chapter when it came out, but I know the story roughly, and it's still great. That one I highly recommend. If anybody hasn't read the chapter, watch the movie, watch either or. I heard it was a good adaptation. I do plan to see it. I'm not sure if Crunchyroll has it on their website, but go check it out.
Either Crunchyroll or maybe Netflix. I don't know. One of those streaming sites, one of those legal streaming sites. But yeah, I haven't gotten the chance to see it yet. But hey, good. I've heard really great things about it, so more than likely well deserved.
Yeah, this one for me was more than deserved. I was actually really happy to see that this one. I'm happy it wasn't like My Hero or something, right? Like.
We don't talk about that.
I still need to watch that movie.
I feel like the My Hero movies have like I'm just not.
Look, they're just fun.
Great action.
If you told me that could do a 6-hit combo of beautiful animation and him swinging his legs and arms around the battle arena, then that's a great movie. If you're not looking for that, then not.
Like, because this was the movie with Dark Might or whatever.
Yeah, Dark Might. Yeah, with Dark Might.
Dude, it was so stupid. I'm sorry.
Look, it was stupid, but it was fun stupid.
No, the action in it was freaking, like, I feel like in all the movies, like, right, they go absolutely crazy with it. Like, so I can still enjoy a lot of the moments in it, but plot-wise, story-wise, I feel like I could, it's just.
There it is.
But no, this story, Look Back. I mean, also, like, the studio for this, I think it was their first project. Like, to come in and win an award, like, a film of the year in your first project is awesome.
Congrats to them.
I saw it in theaters. It was freaking...
oh, nice. You saw it? Nice.
Yeah, it was amazing, man. Just, like, especially if, like... I recommend it, especially for people who, like... I would say more so if you're into like drawing and writing or things of that nature, but I would just say really like content creation in general, like which all of us, I feel like definitely it's like, or just even in general, like if you have something you're passionate about, I feel like this movie is something that a lot of people I feel like can relate to on just the bumps, right? That comes with something you're passionate about. Like there's going to be times when like for writing, right? You're going to have that writer's block, overcoming that, getting back into that groove. It's there's a lot of things I really, really like about this series. Also, it kind of hits on like not necessarily letting the fame, I guess, or like the money kind of like get to you, because there's a time in this movie, I don't want to say too much, but like in the movie, right, like they're making a story and they're trying to like kind of, or they get offers, right, for money and to kind of get higher funding and bigger production and things like that. And with that, you can kind of lose your way, you know, on what got you there originally in the first place, which was love that. But
Sorry,
yeah, but you can like,
I hear
no,
that.
I valid every time. I love that. But no, like when stuff like that happens, I feel like a lot of people lose their way, their passion on like, or the vision on what got them to where they in the first place, right? So
Yeah.
I like how the movie hits on things like that. But it's beautiful, awesome characters. Very touching story. The music in it is really great. The animation, so well deserved for this one for sure.
Then good word. I'm gonna take that. Was this well deserved for this next category to be winning? The Demon Slayer Kimetsu no Yaiba Hashira training arc won for best continuing series
Hell no.
against
No.
Bleach, One Piece,
No.
Oshinoko, My Hero Academia, and Spy X Family. Thank you. We're all on the same page. No.
I mean, everyone you said is just better.
Yeah,
Like,
Bleach should have
Even
won.
My Hero was better.
One Piece won. Oshinoko from Crash just kept talking hype shit about it. Should have won. Spy X Family, I know the arc, so it was definitely great. My Hero Academia season 7. Like, it's crazy how the anime community used to complain about training arcs of how they're so inconsistent or sometimes they're bland or boring. But then you vote a whole 11 episode arc to win.
See this
The worst
this
part
kinda-
of Demon Slayer.
Yeah,
This has been like the worst stretch.
this just kind of backs up your point you were making earlier, Memory. Know your shit. Like,
Yeah.
again, and that's coming from the person who can barely keep up with 2 to 3 anime a season. Like, they, you know, that's coming from somebody like me, the resident meathead, if you will. So it's like, what the hell? What the hell, people? Like, do you guys just hate? Okay, I get it with MHA. I get it with you with the fandom and all those wars and all that. But come on, man. You're gonna tell me, even though they were doing like Fishman Island stuff last year, you're gonna sit there and tell me that a damn training arc, again, like Memory said, the worst part of Demon Slayer,
Beat
you're gonna
Bleach.
say that was better than
Yeah,
I'll-
Bleach,
I'll give it.
okay.
I'll give it the one over Bleach, even though, like, personally, I would have given it to Bleach only because of popularity. Because at the end of the day, this is all popularity. But like, that's what I'm trying to get at. Is like One Piece with the freaking egghead shots they've been doing. Nah, that was being talked about way more than anything from this season of Demon Slayer.
Yeah, we have Rob Lucci versus
Until the
Luffy and
last
everything.
Episode. Like, until that last episode.
But that's all
But
people
that's the
remember. The last episode of
Exactly.
11, that's what everyone remembers of them all going inside the fucking Infinite Castle. That's what everyone remembers from the hype moment.
Yep.
Yeah,
So
the
let me
very
ask
last
you
bit.
this
But like the
question.
majority of the arc was his Resonant Sleeper, dude. It was so
Yeah.
It was my least favorite part in Demon Slayer by far.
Yeah.
All right. Let's
So
move.
let me ask a serious question about that real quick.
All right, go ahead, Crash.
Real quick. It's funny you guys are talking about mainstream and everything like that, right? With the Crunchyroll words. And I want to give you guys a different perspective, and this applies to Chad as well too, right? As veteran viewers, no one really is taking Crunchyroll words seriously if we're really
no.
putting, you know, these anime, like overall, everyone was very taken aback by the results of these awards. So now my question to you guys is, do you believe that the anime community might have just trolled Crunchyroll outright and just put it like that? Realistically, because there's just no way. I know a lot of the anime communities, like with my HA, you know, with One Piece. I personally know for a fact there is just no way that My Hero Academia couldn't have won that over Demon Slayer. I know they're very popular animes. I know that, you know, previous seasons were really, really good. But realistically, what we have seen, what we have been shown, what people have talked about, and then to be, you know, reviewed and then ultimately awarded with, just doesn't make sense with overall, like, what has been appeared to us in the past year. So I just feel like, for in terms at least of this anime award ceremony, that the anime community is just trolling and they're just putting whatever, and everyone's like, oh, yeah, they're clapping, hooray! But realistically, everyone's like, yeah, no, fuck Crunchyroll, because they're not really paying attention. And you want to remember too that Crunchyroll is changing a lot of the formats. With the awards, they put isekai now, which we'll get into. They're changing a lot of like the format in the award ceremony. But is it a little too late to say that? Or is it just kind of at this point, it's just there because it's Crunchyroll? I don't know. It's kind of like food for thought for you guys. If they're trolling, I honestly wouldn't vote for Crunchyroll anymore. Because realistically, was voting for it because, I genuinely wanted to show people what I like in anime and, want to give it a chance. But if the anime community is just going to, like, fuck with us and just, like, put whatever just to say because Crunchyroll's not listening to what we want and just put whatever, then, why should we even bother voting?
I will say this.
Again, it's just food for thought.
I mean, it's possible.
My best response to that is that Crunchyroll will be evolving their awards no matter what next couple of years because they already announced what would be different for next year awards. That's one. Two, they're already gonna see the feedback already of what people are reacting to and the stuff of of their voting process. How there was no round 2, there's only round 1. So these leaks will be happening, and they're a company that the reason they was so mainstream or so big is because they had most of the rights towards many of these animes for many years. But not that Netflix, Amazon Prime, Disney has all these other rights from these other animes now. So Crunchyroll needs to kind of get their shit together without kind of saying it to the audience, but they know in the back they have their marketing team, they have the people like, yo, we are seeing this online and we need to fix our awards, and that's 100% going to be happening. Like, I bet you by 2027 or 2030 the latest, the awards either is going to still be existing but very different, or probably won't, because it won't continue to go well. The same thing like the Oscars. The Oscars are getting a lot of type of negative feedback of how it hasn't been working well, and they kept getting changed. So it's the same concept. It just depends on how it's done.
Yeah,
I feel like because I remember a couple years ago, one of the award shows, everybody was just calling it the Demon Slayer Awards, right?
Yeah.
And like they made changes. I remember after that year, and I feel like now before this year, it was like, oh, a couple years. Like it was kind of. I feel like there were people were gonna trash it regardless. I feel like, but like I feel like before this year, the past couple years, it wasn't as bad.
Yeah.
Right? Like but like now this year with some of, especially seeing the judges and hearing about the process and even seeing some of the results, I feel like they're going to have feedback from this, like Vash said, to change, hopefully, to, for the future awards.
Agreed.
But
now let's get on to a few more things, because, hey, best new series. Did anybody agree with Solo Leveling for this one?
I mean, it's the same. No. It's the
same list. The same list. At the end of the day,
it's kind of the same as Anime of the Year, honestly.
Yeah, it's like
just copy and paste our arguments for that.
Copy. For this one, best original anime. I know a lot of people were like, "Why did this one win?"
Come on.
I think this was on HBO Max, I believe. Ninja Kuma, I believe, was on HBO Max or on Netflix. One of the others.
I think it was on Toonami, but so
HBO
Max.
So HBO Max. So if it was on Toonami, it was on HBO Max.
Yeah, how did this win?
Any of these, so
how did it win, bro?
All I know is that many people was mad.
I think people are just trolling. It just doesn't make any sense. It does not.
I mean, you think enough? Okay, you think enough people are actually that big brain though? Like, it's not even that big brain, but like, I don't know, man. If people are deliberately like, okay, we're gonna troll the hell out of Crunchyroll and vote for Ninja Kuma.
I wouldn't be surprised, because think about it. The last time at like the Crunchyroll Awards, everyone was like, "This is the best time we have ever gotten the awards." Was pre-COVID. Honestly, I think maybe it was 2020. I don't remember how long ago it was. But I remember it was that year where One Piece got so many awards, and I was kind of like, "How? There were so many great anime." And from that point onwards, all I've been seeing is just like, okay, it has to be this anime, this anime, this anime, because it's just so mainstream. So many people are talking about it, and then it's completely like the worst anime you could think of, the anime that nobody expected, like the underdog, or literally the most mainstream possible. And I'm just like, how? It makes no logical sense. So I want to believe that somehow it's, I wouldn't say the word rig because I don't really think it's rigging, but someone is somehow cheating the system.
Oh, 100%.
Just don't know yet.
Like,
And it could be even Crunchyroll themselves.
I don't know, bro. This one right here, someone at Crunchyroll might have got the bag thrown at them for.
it's kind of the same thing. It's kind of the same thing for the next award. The next category is what I meant. Is the best animation. Demon Slayer, Kimetsu no Yaiba won against Fearin, who also had a great animation. Danadon, who had great animation for It Seems. I'm like, it did in Dungeon. And Solo Leveling, great animation too. Yeah. So like for Demon Slayer for a training arc, yes, but like how great can you have an arc being that great? Like the animation that great? Like I didn't see the arc, but from my peers, they're saying that it shouldn't have won.
One episode of Demon Slayer beat an entire season of Dawn to Dawn.
Literally.
I'm just gonna
like,
throw
what?
that out there.
Yeah.
Like that's what this vote told me. And from some of the shots I saw from Delicious in Dungeon, again, how did one episode of Demon Slayer beat that? Same thing with Frieren. I mean, it was a bit slower. It didn't have too much.
But has great animation on the clips I've seen. Ooh.
Yeah, exactly. And that
fight with Shark and the Dragon.
Oh, the clip, the one clip I've seen, I remember this demon was talking to her in some type of field, and the demon said, "I've lived for 200 years. I have greater magic than you." And I'm like, why do I feel like some boss moment about to come out? And she's like, "Oh, my poor child, I've lived for 1,000 years and I have more magic than you." I'm like, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, the music is going up. I'm like, yep, she's aura farming. Girl's been waiting. Like, girl, you talk too long. And it just took her out one shot. I'm like, damn, badass. Still haven't seen the show, but I just know that one clip. That's the one clip I know.
You owe it to yourself to watch Frieren.
Yeah, 100%. I think actually, funny enough, this was the third year, I believe, in a row that Demon Slayer won Best Animation, by the way.
Really?
Yeah, I think it is the third year.
The third year in a row.
Damn, like, over One Piece and everything, like One Piece Egghead. Well, like that's insane. Like that's a weekly show that's coming out almost 40 weeks straight. Like 40 weeks, I believe it came out. Even Fishman Island reanimated. You could have counted that too, because they also updated the animation shots of that. And you're not even gonna have One Piece win that? That's insane.
Even just nominated either. Like, but that's whatever.
But
I wasn't a fan of that one.
I was gonna ask you guys if you guys also have any other recommendation of what other categories to kind of shine on, because there's a few others after these that we could skip. So I was just gonna go into the next one. Best Romance is the one I was gonna go through. How do you feel about this one winning Blue Box? I'm happy in one out of these because one, I haven't seen all of these, but I'm sure Memory or Crash could add more thoughts to them. I know me and whawkins haven't watched many of these, but Blue Box, I'm happy in one, well deserved. I know Too Many Losing Herons was a very popular one. The Dangers in My Heart Season 2, I heard many good things from Crash, and I believe Mega Grandma and also Memory. Rama and a half, haven't seen it, but for Blue Box, I'm happy in one though. Scott Pilgrim Takes Off, highly recommend for anybody else. We did a review of it last year.
That win?
It was cute. It was a good romance. I think it was a 6 episode series. Cute show, and you know, Scott the God or Chad, powerful as hell. If you know, you know.
I think, like Blue Box is probably my favorite show out of like as a whole out of all these, right?
But like, best romance wise.
When I was voting, I saw these and I was like Blue Box didn't even really have that much romance in it, right? Like in the first season.
Yeah, the first court, because it was more in the second court when they finally dive into it, but that was more of 2025 core, not really 2024 core. Right. Because it was more of building up the sports aspect.
Yeah. So like when I was voting for this, I'm like thinking of, okay, from a romance aspect, like, right? Like, although Blue Box may be my favorite, when I'm thinking about the romance, like, can I really put this above like even A Sign of Affection or Dangers in My Heart Season 2? Like, no, I couldn't. So like Dangers in My Heart Season 2 is personally what I voted for, because I feel like strictly talking about the romance, like it was the best. Like even Makine, like how much romance did Makine really have in season 1? It didn't have really any romance, right? Like I feel like it was more comedic and more.
I mean, there was a decent amount of romance. I mean, you had 3 fucking girls who
was there though?
Their significant other. They didn't get the person they want, but that was the point, I guess. When it's not the part of the journey. I guess it was the destination. I guess it was like a niche kind of point. It's not for everybody, but I mean, it was enjoyable to say the least.
No, yeah, no, I liked Makine. I just feel like romance-wise, like I feel like it wasn't even like the main like with season 1 at least, right? I feel like it was more comedic. It was more like slice of life-ish than really like romance wasn't even at the forefront. So like, I don't know. For me, voting, that was my mindset. I thought some of these nominees were pretty like questionable, honestly. Like I wanted to vote for Blue Box because I'm like, yeah, it's my favorite out of all these, but I couldn't in terms of just the romance, right? So I voted for Danger in My Heart, but I still can't be mad about it because it's Blue Box. But
Exactly, it's Blue Box, and also like there is romance going on in the series, just not in the first core. Because if you're reading the manga, currently right now, I hate Manga Grant for showing me something, for spoiling me, but fuck. Oh my god, the manga chapter page, goddamn.
Of course he did, man.
Oh man,
that dude is just a menace.
Man, that kiss, Crash. You will love it when that happened in season 3 or season 4.
He's a menace.
I got my AirPods now. I can't hear them.
Oh, that's crazy. Your AirPods died that you still pay attention to me? That's insane. Anybody else has a category that they want to highlight of as well?
Yes. Hold on. Run that back.
Go ahead.
I know my take with the romance shit.
Oh, my fault, Crash. Go ahead.
I 110% disagree with Memory. I will agree with him.
Not shocking.
Anybody in that category could have won, and I would not have been disappointed. I voted pretty much for Danger in My Heart. I was like my top 10, like who sent out 10 for me of like that year. And by no means am I upset that Blue Box won. I'm actually pretty like, it's cool. I'm fine with it. I'm not upset. I'm glad it deserved its flowers. But that being said, I personally feel like every anime in that category had its own unique perspective of romance. Is that romance for everybody? No. But did it give a unique perspective that people need to really look into to kind of see how to fall in love or how to get their heart broken or even how to get the girl or guy your dreams? For sure. And
I agree.
Feel like
that's a good perspective on that.
I feel like that's the point of it with this year at the very least, not like other years. This year that came with a lot of romance was a little more, you really have to look in really deep. It was a lot more for a lot more veteran than newcomers. Like for example, A Sign of Affection, that was a little more touching, a little more like deeper because you had a girl who cannot hear. And I know a lot of people, some people have, the relationship where they are dating somebody who has a disability. Not most, but some. And, for somebody who has never experienced that, that's going to be very tough for you to understand what it's like to understand someone who can't understand you, where you have to learn sign language. So, again, those kind of animes, specifically the romance, you got to take that, with a grain of salt. Like, if it's not for you, don't watch it. But if you really want to learn how to love somebody in a different way, then by all means, give it a chance because that anime will either make you cry, it will run with you too whenever the fuck it comes out.
Yes,
that's all I got.
I agree. Thank you for telling us your opinion on that. Anybody else have one? If not, I got a category to shine light on.
I did.
Talk to me.
I just wanted to give a shout out to Freerin, right, real quick, because people were upset it didn't win Anime of the Year and some of these other ones that we already kind of talked about, but
it still won a good
director, 5. Yeah, the director did get Best Director. Keiichiro Sato is his name. So he won Best Director. It won Best Background Art, and it also won Best Drama, I believe, and then
Best Supporting Character.
Yeah, Fern, which I think I voted for Fern for that one, for Best Supporting Character. So it did get some W's, right? It didn't get the big one, the big fish, but I mean, still, it did get some W's out here, so I was happy about that. It didn't get completely, shafted. So I did want to kind of give a little spotlight to Freerin for sure.
I do agree on that. The one I was gonna give a shout out to is Best Comedy: Math Shows, Magic and Muscles, The Divine Visionary Canada Exam Arc. I have not seen the anime of season 1 or season 2, or if there's quarter 1, quarter 2, I don't know. I have not seen it, but I read Math Show a good portion of it. So that's why I didn't jump into the anime. But I'm glad the anime won for Best Comedy because it is what I tell people is a mix up of One Punch Man comedy style with Harry Potter type of magic lore of what it could be. So that's kind of the mix of what I tell people. And I haven't seen Konosuba. I know people come at me all the time about it. But
Even I've seen
yes,
Konosuba.
yes, I know Konosuba. But Masha to win over these series, which is not bad because
I was
they
surprised.
which no, I'm not
Honestly.
surprised because out of these series 6, Masha is one that has actually like actual comedy. Spike's Family is more like childish with adult comedy, but it's more like, you know, parenting or spy or more like sitcom type of comedy. When it comes to Konosuba, I can't say I haven't seen it. Ramen I have either.
Konosuba is freaking hilarious.
At least that damn deer anime.
Yeah,
did
at least that
not
didn't win.
Win.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that was more fucking like memes. Like that was more
mean.
memes fucking central. So
If that one would have won, oh my god! Like
that's why I'm happy Masha won, because it was a comedy
I
series.
don't agree. I don't agree personally with Masha winning, because like I feel like Delicious in Dungeon or like Konosuba or something like that's more deserving. But like I still can't even really be upset because freaking Nokotan didn't win. I mean, my god.
I mean, after episode 6,
Let
it
it
fucking
die.
went down. It was its peak after the explosion, and then it was like, it was boring as fuck, really. Like, it was just, that wasn't funny anymore.
We literally all. I feel like we all stopped watching after that episode.
Oh,
Yeah,
dude.
yeah. I stopped
Like,
watching by episode
dropped
5, and then I believe when my peers told me that, hey, after episode 6 I dropped, like, alright, cool, let's just not finish it. I'm good on that. So it's like not the end of the world in that aspect.
Yeah.
Though I want to give a shout out to, even though it won Anime of the Year, I'm glad it won for Best Main Character. I love my boy Sung Jin Woo. As much as people could say that he's, you know, very bland or one-dimensional, and I get it, but I love Sung Jin Woo because I read the webtoon, so to see him win an award, it sucks that he won over Mao Mao, because I would have given it to Mao Mao, but
Yeah, Mao, bro.
because
Come on.
I wish they would keep best main character from male and female, so it was more balanced, because we have 3 that is here: Sungjin, Kafka, and Okarun. Then we have Furin and Mao Mao and Momo. Out of this 6, my choice was Mao Mao because I love her in season 1, the way she thinks, breaks things down, analytical observation, everything was fantastic. Everything else was second place. I met all these characters. I know Kafka in the manga, not the anime. He was also, like, you know, really good. But when it comes to Sung Jin Woo, he winning, I'm just like, he's more like best boy, like at the time. Like, bro's not like best main character, sure, but that's just my little shout out. I want to also give a shout out that the voice actor for the English, he won for the best voice cast. To me, that is fire. He does a cool clip that he did, you know, Wakey Wakey, when he did like the Arise scene back for season 1, so that's pretty cool. The best score at this, you know, one thing I would.
That one's deserved.
That was what deserved. I still listen to season 1 score on my YouTube Music. That shit's there
deserved.
on repeat. The Arise score, I forget the other artists that I have on my YouTube, but they're amazing. So for season 1, I will give that props. Best ending, it also won. I feel like that is also deserved. It does have a good ending sequence for season 1, and best score. So I do want to give a shout out to that.
Yeah, there's ones like it definitely deserved. Like Hiroyuki Sawano, like the music on Solo Leveling was fantastic,
It's
right?
fucking amazing.
Just the music, I feel like all around in the series is really good. So I mean that was deserved.
Yeah.
For sure.
And then plus Mao Mao, as well for the voice
For
cast.
VA.
Yeah, for VA.
Yeah. She did get a dub.
Yeah.
She didn't win main character like she should have, but we don't.
Yes.
Oh damn.
But voice cast, yo, she was good. Like, very good.
That's who I picked. I'm happy
Killed
with
it
that.
in Apothecary Diaries. She killed it in Fire Force, and she's gonna fucking kill it in Rent a Girlfriend.
He always finds some way. He always finds some way
He
to
always
include
finds
Rent a
it.
Girlfriend. He always, in every fucking show. I feel like if we had a fan that actually watches anime podcasts, and after, like, if they had a tally, Rent a Girlfriend here, Rent a Girlfriend here, Rent a Girlfriend, like, just know a tally, just to know
What are you
every
talking
time he's
about?
on.
That's Future Vash's job.
That's a future assistant editor job. Majin Slayer, if you listen to this, maybe come back to do another round. Just saying.
No. Just
But anybody else want to throw another shout out? Because opening sequence, how did you guys feel about this one? Was it Creepy
Sucks,
Nuts?
right?
Creepy Nuts.
Yeah.
They won for their song.
Deserved.
Which was also funny because they also had another
Yeah.
song against them, which was Bling Bang Boom Born. which
Yeah,
I always.
I like.
Which,
I like
by the way,
Dandadan one more
I-
than the Masher one, but
I love the Dan more, but also, am I the only one that don't say bling bang bang born? I just say bling bang bang. Like I don't. I I didn't even know the song at the end. Like the last word was born. Bling bang bang born.
I did not know that.
I did
either,
not know it
honestly.
until now. Like
I do want to give a special shout out though to the One Piece opening that was nominated, because that is just a fun ass opening for Egghead. Vash, I think I showed. Well, you should have seen it. Yeah.
no, I don't think. Oh yes, the one where they change
Yeah.
outfits and everything. Yes, where they change outfits
Yeah.
with Luffy and everything. I recall it. I don't remember too much, but I'm glad because I'm
Mhm.
right now watching Wano with Wifey, so we're seeing like her first time for that one. I don't remember too much, but I remember the visuals, the vocal a bit.
Mhm.
But also glad that One Piece got a recommendation because it was a great song,
Yeah.
which they should still win opening. I mean, long going series.
I
but
mean,
still.
when you're up against Dandadan's
Yeah.
opening, I mean, it's kind of hard to.
Oh,
bet
great
against
song
that.
overall.
Yeah. Also, did they? Because I'm looking at for that One Piece opening you mentioned, they brought back the singer who does the first opening. Oh, he's maybe done
Yeah.
multiple openings, but like I
Yeah,
saw the
he's
name and I
done
was
a
like,
few for them.
that. Yeah, I was like, I'm pretty sure that's the dude who did the very first OP for it.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. Now
That's
song
cool.
slaps too. Like,
Yeah, I mean, the only other one really for me that, like,
Oh.
I don't know, best isekai.
I was just
you
about to
know,
say that. ReZero.
Yeah, like I gotta give a shout out to ReZero. I mean, like, I don't think it was, even though like the competition was kind of like crazy, right? You had Slime season 3 in here, which wasn't really the strongest season of Slime, to be fair, but like. Still some good content in it. You had Shangri-La, you had Mushoku, you had Konosuba. Like it had some pretty big competition, right? And
I'm just
I'm
surprised
still,
of the Suicide Squad being there though.
yeah, they try to like squeeze that in there.
Get that out of there.
They
Get
try
that
to
crap out.
squeeze that in there.
It
Like,
was not good. It was fine, but it did not deserve to be in there.
no, but I love my ReZero, so I'm happy to see it, win anything.
Man,
that it
God,
can.
you owe me $20 for voting for.
Also, I feel like the must protect at all cost character, like Anya, I feel like she wins it like every year, which is valid, right? But
yeah, I mean, yeah, it is, because you have to constantly remind people
yeah,
that she needs protecting. I mean, at least some of the other ones, like with Frieren, I mean, I get it because she is mother, and you must always protect your mother. So I get that
Okarun?
aspect of it. Okarun, he got powers, so he's
Yeah.
fine. He'll live.
And when he's depressed, boy becomes a Chad. He picks up like 3 girls and makes them his.
Facts.
Yeah, that's all I got.
I think Anya. I'm pretty sure I did vote for Anya. I feel like I vote for her like
Yeah.
every year. But the honorable mention for me for that one, at least that category, would be the girl from A Sign of Affection, because like what Crash mentioned, like she's deaf.
Oh,
So like she's like someone you like, especially seeing the stuff that she goes through in the series and kind of the people that she has to deal with and things of that nature. Like she's just one, like, even though like I think for like the first episode when I watched the series, okay, like she must be protected at all costs. So I was happy that she got a nomination in there. But yeah, like Anya, anytime Spy Family is in here for that, like Anya's gonna win. I feel like no matter what, which is valid. So
Yeah.
Other than that, like honestly, with the other winners, it's alright. Just the main ones that like the fucking the best original anime, the anime of the
Yeah.
year, the best continuing series, like those type of conversation of what won, it gets me like upset. Like hopefully Crunchyroll Awards, like as a fan, look, cause Chad, we are wrapping up our conversation because that we were talking about the winners. If you guys want.
Stitch. Mm.
Yeah, the little Stitch will be for next week, cause just a safe conversation and also to be straight with you guys. I gotta wake up at 3:30 in the morning. That's literally 5 hours from now, roughly.
Yeah.
So hey, we're just gonna keep it short, also keep it concise, conversation stable, consistent, and we keep little Stitch where your boy could watch you as well and could add it in. So we have the Netflix to dumb and also Lilo and Stitch. But just to wrap up the conversation, like we said, I hope for Crunchyroll works to improve because I want them to succeed in a way that they've been a mainstream main holder of what they have been. Like they were literally the first start. I was paying for them back when they were $5.99 or something or $8.99. I chose Crunchyroll over Funimation at the time. I've been there since 2013. So I've always been a fan of Crunchyroll and I want to succeed. It's just that if you want yourself to be taken seriously other than a mainstream platform, be also the awards where you want to be in Tokyo where all the content is being produced. The main important thing is to actually have good voters, have content creators that are known talking about season anime, like maybe by next year, like an off the bench podcast co-host, like that could be representing, or maybe our peers slash friends. I might check waifu or people like that. I believe Roger Base was once a voter at one time, or I think he was an announcer, but he watches anime a lot, so he knows all the content, he knows the media. But when you have other creators that don't know much and can't put much info, or just not a round 2 or round 3 type of voting process, how can you take him seriously? Like maybe each season, when the season ends, send a voting process so they can be like, hey, what's your best Asika, so you can start having a round 1 type of preview and know what's going on. That's just my suggestion. Like any what, go memory, talk to me. What's your overall thoughts about the words? What do you hope to give them an advice that, hey, improve in this way? Hey, like if y'all gonna take my idea, Crunchyroll, probably give me a little side hustle, pro bono.
I mean, it goes back to just some of the things I said earlier. Like, I feel like there were ones in here that were very well, deserved. It made sense, right? But there's also just a lot in here. We talked about solo leveling. We talked about Ninja Kamui. We talked about, what was Demon Slayer? I mean, there's just ones in here that just make no sense, right? And I feel like it goes back to what I was talking about, like the judges, the process. There's things that have to change. Like a lot of people take this award show as a joke right now, and I'm sure that's not what they really want. So in order for that to change, there's gonna have to be some more changes made on their end in terms of just the whole way they go about the process, right? Like with the judges and just the voting, and because us, the people, we're gonna vote for whatever the hell, like, right? That doesn't matter. I feel like it's more so on their end, the people that they're getting that vote. For at least for us to take it more seriously, they need to make some changes. And if they don't want us to take it seriously, if they want this to be a popularity contest, then so be it, right? Like, but I mean, the people could see, we can see what it is, right? Just based on a lot of these results, the whole grand show that you have, these popular people, the orange carpet as they call it, and all of that. Like, I mean, we can see kind of the direction that it's going towards, and hopefully, maybe they switch it up and they see the reception, and that's not gonna be the case maybe going forward. Or even if they do, like, there's certain things that need tweaked or changed for sure. So yeah, if you need a judge, like Vash said, I'm right here, and then there's other people here on the show, in the company, that would more than be willing to come on and
hands on the wheel
properly and fairly. So yeah, we're here. I'm here for that. But yeah, there was some good out of it, but I feel mostly I was pretty disappointed by this awards this year. So, but what else is new? Like I said, there's other awards I prefer, but.
Crash, how about you? As a person, like, you call yourself a veteran viewer of anime, as you call yourself, that's been watching since you came out of the belly. You've been watching anime for so many years. Talk to me your thoughts about the Crunchyroll Awards and what we spoke about, the results, and what do you hope to see for, now that we know new established rules that they're going to implement next year for the categories and everything, but what else are you hoping to see?
I got 5 words for you, gentlemen. Crunchyroll primetime meat writers. The game was rigged before it even started, gentlemen. I can't fucking believe it. But hey, you know what? I'm still fucking gonna meat write them, because you know what? I'm paying God knows how. I think it's like $150 now for like the yearly one, and I still get no benefits. And
that is true. As members, like,
I'm not banned from.
I like, fuck that 10% shit. Yo, give us your members 25%, bro.
This is why the award show is cooked. Yeah. People like you, Crash. Thanks, man.
Yeah, I can't.
You're gonna still meat ride them regardless. What?
But hey,
Oh, man.
I get like 5% off on my birthday for merch that I'll never fucking
my
use.
gosh.
So yeah, you know.
Yo, the 5% is stupid. Like, it's your birthday, it's your born year, and they're gonna give you 5%.
Yeah.
You give me that one day,
You're
at least
lucky you get
50%.
that.
At least give me 40% for that 1 year. I remember American Eagle for my birthday. They used to give me 25% back then.
Must
Hey,
be
come on.
nice. Must be nice.
Yeah.
But no, real talk. Like, honestly, guys, fuck Crunchyroll. Why do you guys really want to watch them when they don't care about? I'm the biggest podcast where you have legenddvash, the Hispanic Assassin, Memory
I love
MK,
this.
Neko-chan,
this, man.
and Gromega. Where we talk about our hot takes, our great animes that we so love. More than these meat writers at Crunchyroll. But hey, Crunchyroll, if you want to sponsor me, let me know, bro. DM me on Twitter. If I got Twitter, so you already know what's up. Yeah, this year, 25, 2026, I better see with the girlfriend on romance or I'm not fucking voting.
Oh,
This,
please no.
this man,
No.
I swear.
Whawkins, please help us out to wrap the show. Tell us your
yeah.
final thoughts of the awards and our conversation.
You know, sometimes you just love to watch things burn, and that's what I love about with like very popular award shows like these, because there's always something with them. There's always something that people are just like, no, why is this a thing? Why did this happen? And the Crunchyroll awards are no different. And yeah, so I enjoy them for the chaos it brings sometimes.
Yeah.
But there is, you know, good discussions to be had about like a certain series. Like I mean, I probably wouldn't have checked out some of this stuff if it wasn't for the Crunchyroll awards and all that, or you know, similar awards too. But yeah, just be careful when you do fan votes, because it is gonna be more than likely a popularity contest compared to quality. So that's just what that's what fan voting brings.
Yeah.
That's what democracy brings. Like, this is all democracy's fault.
Like, what's stupid is like,
Democracy ain't it.
what's stupid is telling the fans like, hey,
Anarchy.
vote every day. Like, that kind of ruins it. Like, hey, if you already have an email with
one
Crunchyroll, one account, just one vote. It makes it feel more official. But saying vote every day, you'll vote and everything, like, no, that's just technically you telling that you want traffic source for your website. That's what it is. Like, you want traffic source for your website, and you want people to be on your platform.
Hoping
Yeah.
they buy a subscription while they're at.
Yeah, more
see, that's the
subscription,
thing.
more
Oh my
Gunner
God.
type of figure. Like, you want more of this, but like, no, just have that one vote. It feels exclusive. It feels like that one person has to make 25
You gotta
accounts.
make it count.
Yeah, like,
You gotta
make
make
it
that
feel
one
important.
count.
Sign up for your free month subscription by voting for the Crunchyroll awards.
Imagine.
Bro, like, what?
God. It's coming.
Dude.
It's coming.
Probably, honestly.
They will do that. Like, a company
Probably.
will do that.
Vote now, and you may get a chance to get mega fan status where you can get a year for free with Crunchyroll. Like,
Exactly,
fuck,
like,
I might as well just pay for the full thing, bro.
exactly. It just
Yeah.
makes it feel like, yo, vote every day. Like, what's the point of my vote then? If I might have 20,000 people just make a whole vote every day just for a like Academia Slayer trading arc that won when it wasn't supposed to. So it just feels like a pointless win, or like, oh, my favorite anime won. No, it didn't, because it got underdog by fucking 20 million people that just voted just because they was, or like Crashes, dick righted it because of the hypeness of one
Me
last
right.
episode. Yeah, me writers. Yeah, that one. But I hope for Crunchyroll to do better, succeed in that. And that comes to the end of our show, chat, because we're gonna keep it short and simple. We spoke about Crunchyroll awards. We spoke about a bit of rapid fire news. Our guest, Memory NK, spoke about his review of the convention, his experience. So if you guys were there as well, tell us your experience. And if you're gonna go to NYC, let us know if you're gonna be there too, where you can meet myself, Whawkins as well, Crash. I'm gonna probably try to convince my best to convince Memory NK to come as well to NYC. I'm gonna try to convince him, be like, yeah, come here, my man. Yeah.
Hey,
Oh my
yo.
God.
Anyway, to come to the visit of New York City, of the Driving Center of NYC in August. So if we could all be there, it would be amazing as a whole team and everything. But other than that, chat, as you heard, next week episode will be about Tadum and the Lilo Stitch coverage of live adaptation versus animated and the pros and cons of the film. So stay tuned for that conversation. The Tadum event will be on Saturday at 5 p.m. PST, 8 p.m. our time. So I'll probably be watching it on the Discord as a watch party. So if anybody want to be there, it'll be pretty fun. Other than that, remember, you are our guest. Talk to us. Any plugs? Any last thing you want to say about your reactions of Vigilantes, Lazarus, Mama Musume?
Don't do that, man. Check out my reactions for Uma Musume though. That shit's fire. And check out Off the Binge. I missed last week's episode. I got so much anime to freaking catch up on, man. Wish me luck, everyone. Like it's just like that. Vacation's great, but you come back and you see, at least for me, so much anime I have to watch. It sucks, but I gotta get out here and get back on that. But thank y'all for having me for ALP here.
Hey, Walker's a quick thing for you to know. He has to watch at least roughly 80 to 100 episodes of anime by Sunday for him to talk about a conversation of a weekly show.
It wasn't that much. Gremlin was gassing it, or someone was gassing it. It was like, it's like 50, but it's still a lot.
40? Oh,
it's like, it's like 50.
And I'm like,
it's outrageous.
And I'm like 2 episodes behind on To Be Hero.
Yeah, To Be Hero and also Windbreaker and also Ranger Reject.
So I have recorded those. They will be coming out as a double reaction.
Double reaction. Okay. Yeah.
I have many, many, many things to say about Ranger Reject and what they are doing to my wonderful, beautiful child of the. Read the manga. Read the manga. That's literally going to be me every week. Is just me just saying, guys, read the manga. I know we're watching the anime episode here, but read the manga. Pick up the book. Go to the website. It's right there. Read it. Enjoy it for the better story that it is in the manga than the anime. But I'll save that rant for another time.
Yeah, don't worry, chat. You'll be able to see the video on the VOD channel of AniMa Studio VOD channel. A lot of things will be changing in June, so stay tuned for that. There's a lot of big things happening in month of June, moving forward to the rest of the year. There's a few things I haven't sent yet to my own team, but it's because I'm trying to get the final approval for little small projects that are in the works. But other than that, just to keep the conversation short, Crash, I know you want to say a bye or outro before we end.
So Leveling is mid as fuck, bro. Meat riding Crunchyroll, bro. Can't wait for it to go for next season.
Yeah, we might not get sponsored by Crunchyroll anytime soon for sure by this episode. But
Funimation.
High Dive, by the way. I like you guys. So definitely go check us out. High Dive. Damn. Rooster Teeth. Oh wait, damn. Anyway, check. Toonami. Kind of. Anyway, chat, thank you for joining us for tonight and taking the time to listen in the Anime Leader podcast presented by AniMa Studio and our production team. As always, and special thanks to our producers. Don't forget to follow the team of the socials of the brand and the team where you can find all the links down below. Of memory, myself and Whawkins for the Anime podcast, for the Off the Binge, our expedition video that was supposed to be posted last Friday, and I forgot to upload it and had a thumbnail ready. Chat, just quick side comment, I literally was my wife's graduation last week and everything. I had a video prep and everything from Whawkins and Crash conversation about expedition, and your boy forgot, so I'm gonna throw myself under the bus real quick. So yeah, it's gonna be up there this Friday, so stay tuned on the main channel. Other than that, lastly, share, like, most importantly, get feedback and let us know what you thought of this episode. You guys is what make the show and help us succeed. On behalf of everyone, the AniMa Studio team, we thank you for joining us in the Anime Podcast. We see you later. Take care. On this podcast is now recorded by a live studio audience. We see you next week for episode 181. Take care.
And slicing Vash.
And Vash is dead. He will not be in the next episode. We'll have a new host next time. Episode 181. Vash will not be here.
Crash has been killing 2 co-hosts. He killed Memory and he killed Vash now.
That's crazy, bro. Whatever do to anybody here. I'm just.
He assassinated us. Bye.